Shirley Chisholm was the first African-American woman to be elected into the United States Congress. She was born in New York on November 30th, 1924. After getting a master's degree from Columbia University in early childhood education, she worked in various daycares and nurseries. In 1964, she ran for New York State Legislature, becoming the second African-American to hold that position. In 1968, she was elected into the Congress and served until 1983. She died on January 1st, 2005. She's written 2 autobiographies, Unbought and Unbossed, published in 1970, and The Good Fight, published in 1973. I chose Shirley Chisholm because I admire the bravery it must have taken her to be the first African-American woman in Congress.
Hello, family. My name is Mrs. Miller. I'm a kindergarten teacher here at Evans Elementary School, and I want to share with you a woman who has inspired and continues to inspire me throughout my life, and that's actually my daughter, Nyla Miller. Nyla is a 10th grader right here at Penwood High School. She has a passion for advocating for young Black women, and that inspires me. I share that with you so that you know that no matter how young you are, your voice matters. Your voice is important, your voice is valuable, and we need to hear your voice.
Elizabeth Blackwell was born February 3, 1821, and passed away May 31, 1910. Blackwell was born in Bristol, United Kingdom. She was the first woman to receive her medical degree in 1849. Around this time, women being doctors were quote-unquote fairy tales. She became the first woman doctor of medicine and the first woman to be on the medical register of the General Medical Council. She supported medical education for women and helped many other women's careers. During the Civil War era, she trained multiple other women doctors and nurses. Elizabeth Blackwell even co-founded the London School of Medical for Women.
For my first female project, I am doing Manon Rayoum. Manon, on September 23rd, 1992, became the first woman to play in any 4 major North American sports leagues. She played in net for the Tampa Bay Lightning during an exhibition game against the St. Louis Blues. She continued to play professionally for another 6 years. Afterwards, she became a coach and a founder of a youth organization for hockey.
Hey, my name is Lamar Watson James, and I'm going to be talking about Rosa Parks. The United States Congress has called her the First Lady of Civil Rights and the mother of the freedom.
For my first female project, I chose to research Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison was born in 1931 and died in 2019. She was the first African-American woman to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. In addition to the Nobel Prize, she won the National Book Critics Circle Award for her book Song of Solomon, the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction for her book Beloved, and many other awards. She was also inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame in 2020. I chose her because I read a lot, so it's cool to see women making milestones in that area.
Hey Penwood Middle School, it's Mrs. Hill here to tell you about something special we will be doing for March 2021 to celebrate Women's History Month. We will be doing a special segment called First Females, where each and every one of you, as well as our staff, will be able to choose a first female to honor this month. I will start by saying that I was the first female in my family to attend college, and I'd also like to tell you about an important first female today named Marilyn Brightful. She became the first Black female to attend the Lansdowne YMCA at only 5 years old in 1957. She grew up right here in Yeadon on Lincoln Avenue, and if it wasn't for these accomplishments by everyday people who go above and beyond to show their courage, we wouldn't be able to have the opportunities that we have today. Marilyn Brightful is now Marilyn Hill, and she's my mother-in-law.
Wilma Rudolph was the first American woman to win 3 track and field gold medals at a single Olympics.
Misty Copeland was one of the first female African-American ballet dancers. In her younger days, she struggled hard to become who she is today. She has taught me that I could do anything I wanted, and she has inspired me to dance. Thanks to Misty Copeland, I've done better and believing in myself.
Hi, my name is Howard. So today I'll be talking about Kamala Harris. She was the first female lady to become a vice president in America, and she's the first African American woman to become a vice president, the first Indian woman to become a vice president. As she is today, I wish her all the best.
I chose Arthur Franklin because she was the first woman to introduce into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I chose her because I love rock and roll music.
My name is Antonio Garrett. I will be talking about Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was an individual who was on the bus, on the segregation bus, where she only could had to sit in the back, and white people could sit in the front. So one day, there was the seats were filled up in the back, and she sat in the front. And the bus driver said she couldn't sit there, and she had to move to the back. And she refused to move, and they called the cops, and she went to jail. And then when she got out of jail, she started to move, and the bus caught.
My reason for choosing Madame Curie is she inspires me with her scientific achievements and how she overcame the drastic amounts of sexist obstacles that she was sure to experience during her time. She makes me feel proud to be a woman and proves that I'm capable of doing extraordinary things. Mary won the 1911 Nobel Peace Prize in Chemistry for her discovery of the elements polonium and radium using techniques she invented for isolating radioactive isotopes. In 1920, she founded the Curie Institute in Paris, and in 1932, the Curie Institute in Warsaw. Both remain major centers of medical research. Marie Curie died in 1934, aged 66, at the Scanzalone Sanitarium in Passy, France, of aplastic anemia for exposure to radiation in the course of her scientific research in the course of her radiological work at Field Hospital during World War I.
I will be talking about Molly Williams. Okay, I know you're like, who is Molly Williams? Well, Molly Williams was the first known Black female firefighter in the United States. As an African American, she was held as a slave belonging to a New York City merchant by the name of Benjamin Amars, who was affiliated with the Oceanus Indian Company in 1818. During her time in the company, she was called Volunteer No. 11. When asked, Molly always replies, "I belong to all 11. I allures wrong with that old Bull John."
Camilla Harris, the first woman to become the vice president in the United States. She was born October 20th, 1964. She is the age of 56. She was born at Oakland Medical Center.
Yuri was an African American woman who saved over 60 people from the Underground Railroad, including her family and friends.
Hey guys, I am here doing my Female First, and I chose today for you Mademoiselle Coco Chanel. The reason why I chose Coco Chanel was because she was a first female on many levels. She was born Gabrielle Coco Chanel in 1883. She lived in an orphanage, and while living in the orphanage, she was charged with being a seamstress. When she turned 18, she was told she was on her own. She tried to make it in the musical arena, didn't do so well. So she went back to what she does well, being a seamstress. While sewing, she decided this is not the way women go about their day. So she came up with some of the greatest designs to take women and get them out of being tied up in corsets and get them into the workplace the same as men. She designed the first female suit, which would allow women to go throughout their day not tied up in a corset, but doing some of the same jobs that she said men do, and women can do them better. The only thing she had to do was she did the iconic chain at the bottom of the jacket because it was a no-no for a woman's jacket to rise above her backside. So she did make sure that jacket stayed right below the backside, and that way she was able to keep her business going. She also decided to take women out of those tie-up boots that went all the way up to almost to the middle of their leg. She said women should be able to wear shoes just like men do, and she came up with the iconic two-tone shoe. She put the black on the tip so that a woman could go throughout her day and not scuff up her shoe. She did it in several forms so that way, throughout the day, your shoe stayed intact. She also created the first bottle that was designed the same way you would design a building, the Chanel bottle. It is the only perfume bottle that can be found in 2 museums because it is a bottle that was designed based on the same style that people design buildings. She used the same direction that an architect would use while designing it. The next thing she really kicked in was the idea that women could wear black anytime, not just when you were in mourning. She thought black actually looked way better on women and that they should wear it throughout their day. They should wear it throughout their evenings, not just once someone died. She said, let's cut that black dress and make what's called the little black dress. So she was known for keeping a pair of scissors around her pearls. She always kept pearls around her neck, but she always had a pair of scissors attached. She was told once, women should only be in the garden. Just stick to what you know, gardening. Coco Chanel said, you know what? We can garden, but we can wear our flower while we work. So she became known for keeping her flower close to her as a reminder that women don't only have to garden. When she saw men walking with their briefcases carrying way more things to help them get through the day, she came up with the iconic, what's called the camera bag, an actual bag that women could use to get them through the day and carry things that they really needed to carry. She made it so that it had a lock. Most women purses at that time did not have locks. They didn't think anybody wanted to steal from a woman. Plus, the little bags that women carry only had in it something to help you from passing out. So they would have like a little bit of some sort of liquid to help women when they thought, oh, you're so weak, you might pass out. Take a, just smell it, you won't pass out. Coco Chanel said there's way more that women put in their purses. So she designed a purse just for women. Coco Chanel, after World War II, did go away because it is said that she was a spy. She worked for several different governments. She is seen in many pictures with Winston Churchill. It is rumored that she may have worked for the Nazis. So Coco Chanel decided to close her shop and go away for a while. In the early 1960s, 2 men decided, we need to get her back because America is ready for the power suit. Coco Chanel was brought back. She did most of the costumes for most of the Hitchcock movies. She also dressed first ladies. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis was very famous for wearing a Chanel suit. She was wearing her famous pink Chanel suit when her husband was assassinated. Coco Chanel actually revolutionized the idea that women can work. American women had just got finished making aircrafts for men who were fighting in the war. And now they were expected to go back into the house and just tend to the kitchen? I don't think so. Coco Chanel decided American women needed to work also. So she was one of the few designers that designed pants for women. She wanted women to feel comfortable whether they were riding a horse or going to work. One of the things that she always said was, I am a woman, but I have the same ideas that many of the men do, and I should be taken just as seriously. So my first female and one of the only designers ever to be Time Magazine's top influential 100 people of the 20th century, Mademoiselle Coco Chanel. Thank you.